Hey, hey, Blue Table fans. I have an extra special treat for you. This is part 2 of the Hex Tau. So the client has come back for another helping. And this same client actually bought that red manta. So we're going to be doing that up to match this army. And we're very excited about that. All right, let's dive in. So this is just a sampler. This isn't all the figures. There's probably maybe, I don't know, 50 infantry that I didn't put on there. But this, guys, this is dessert. In fact, let's eat the dessert of the dessert first, which is this Piranha battlesuit. So let me just give him kind of a 360 here. Yeah. You know, it's the yellow, it's not the yellow, it's the red and the very pale blue that I think makes this really amazing contrast here. That little hint of green on there, but a lime green so it's not too Christmassy, you know. And so anyway, this guy's mounted on a metal rod, and you've got some Necron detritus here. I think that was client request there. So this is a Forge World piece. It's absolutely spectacular. Like, the model itself is just really very rich and complex. So okay, let's move on. By the way, everything's downhill from here. Nothing is even close to as good as this. So we have some piranhas done in this same style. They are slightly tilted as if they're veering, so that gives them a little bit of motion, which I think is nice. Couple of broadsides here. There's another one hanging out somewhere. And by the way, there's an absolute ton of magnetization on here. And so this charcoal and this very pale gray gives, I think, a very nice contrast to it. Oh, even the arms are magnetized. And by the way, that is one of the hardest magnetization jobs to do, is this thing. I definitely turned the Klein onto remoras with twin-linked long barrel burst cannons, and also a pair of seeker missiles and a networked marker light. These guys are real winners because they, yeah, they're absolutely made. I think they have stealth or shrouded, possibly both, and that makes these flyers really tough customers, and I like it. Up here we've got a Barracuda, which is another Forge World piece. It's not really the most awesome in the game, but it's pretty good. It's comparable to the other Tau flyers at the very least. At least that's my opinion. And but the model is just spectacular. It's ridiculous. All right, got a hammerhead here, pretty much you know, done in the same color scheme, obviously. And this is also magnetized, so it fits the ion cannon as well. That's this part. I'm pretty sure this part comes off. Yep, it sure does. Now, this is not always the easiest to magnetize. You can see it's kind of been, you know, it had to be really finagled inside there. And but there's not a magnet here. There's a metal plate. And as I mentioned it previously in videos, that's because a magnet on a magnet gives like a lot of pull, and you can actually crack the magnet. So okay, here we go. We're off to a couple of Devilfish, and now you've got these battle suits, all of them posed. It's difficult to pose the battle suits because this is a static piece at the knee here. So you really have to do some pretty fine surgery to get the knee to bend like that. And these have tons of magnetized points, so at least 3 each. I think some of them may have 4. But anyway, and some of them are specific loadouts, so there's that. Okay, so let's move on. You've got this commander guy here. And by the way, okay, among all of this is, quote, the 8. So, and that's from the Tau Farsight Enclave book. But I couldn't find it. I think a painter has it checked out, so I couldn't actually check the names to the armament. I don't know it by heart. So, you know, there you go. So I'm afraid I can't walk you through that. But one of them is a guy that is actually just an engram chip, and I think that's pretty cool. Like, he's not even alive. Another one I think is kind of like a dreadnought. He's interred in this He is like encased in this. I believe it's the Riptide guy. So anyway, somebody more familiar than me off the top of their head, I'm sure, can explain all of that. to the fans here. So anyway, I love the posing on this guy. He's got metal rod. By the way, that is a great thing about BTP, is that we use a metal rod standard to replace the flying rods on models. So that's metal rod under there. And here we go. Another Riptide. This one's magnetized, so it just goes under the arm like that. Now, whenever you're putting a magnet on, especially if it's a magnet on magnet point, you've got to walk it on like this. Don't just snap it on straight, because that is really not the best for them. So, okay guys, well, we ate dessert first, so I told you there would be nothing better than that Urvarna battlesuit. Quite frankly, I would love to give this army a spin against Rich tomorrow, but we'll see if the client will allow me to do that. And oh yeah, and by the way, there's a ton of drones, like 20 or 30 drones. This is just a sampler. Pretty much just the basics on these guys. I love the reconnaissance drone. Look at this. This is really cool. Like this thing, like goes up and down. So it stores away, the burst cannon stores away, and it will actually fit in the top part of the tanks is how it's designed. This one's just fixed on, so which I do believe is an option. The Pathfinders can just have that. So, all right, folks, that is this army. Again, I'm not showing you the entire thing. This is just a sampler. I just got the dessert out and showed you that. So, thanks for tuning in, and I hope that you got your inspiration for the day.